Here are 5 more symptoms of ADHD in women and girls, part 4. Hi, my name is Claire. I'm an ADHD advocate. I was diagnosed at 30 years old after a lifetime of struggling and not knowing what was going on inside of me. Number 1 is being overwhelmed in public. I've spoken a lot about how women's ADHD and hyperactivity comes across as chronic overwhelm. And so often our insides are so chaotic that we're unable to focus or get anything done if we're in a public space. So often being at work or going to parties or even children's play groups are way too much for us. It's very common for women that have ADHD to pick up on sounds that not a lot of other people do. It can be very difficult and almost impossible to shut out those noises. So we just stay at home. Number 2 is feeling emotionally tapped out by the middle of the day. This was a symptom that got me and spoke to my soul. It's like if one person asks anything more of you, even if it's the smallest of tasks, you are going to have a mental breakdown. One more thing can feel like an assault. This is why a lot of us get called dramatic, because by the middle of the day, we are just tapped out by life. It's very common to be so overwhelmed that you just completely shut down emotionally. Number 3 is that you are so ambitious and you have the most amazing ideas, but you can never execute them. You often feel like people with half of your talent are way more successful than you because you're simply unable to put it together. ADHD can be such a blessing because it makes you such a creative human being, but it's also a curse because you're not able to execute those creations. This is why we have so many hobbies. We want to do all of the things, but we don't have the capacity to finish them. Number 4 is imposter syndrome. So often, especially as women, we are incredible at masking. We want to be the good girls. We don't want to make a scene. We want to be seen and not heard. And because of our rejection-sensitive dysphoria, we are terrified of making a mistake or disappointing someone. Many times we don't even know who we are. Since most of us are just trying to pass as normal, it's very common to feel like an imposter, even if you're well educated. And number 5 is feeling like your entire life is you just treading water and trying to stay afloat. So much of our days are spent trying to organize the chaos that lives within us and our homes, and that chaos doesn't allow us to ever relax. It's very hard for women and human beings with ADHD to make time to have fun. And they wonder why we're depressed when we spend 90% of our day just trying to survive. Let me know if you'd like a part 5.